elements. Okay. Okay. See here, as I told you that in HTML document, every element is defined by a start tag and then some content. Then after what happened? End tag. Okay. So see, this we have discussed at the previous class, start tag, and then this is the header start tag. This is the end tag. Okay, and some element content, my first heading. Here I have changed the first heading as Sham Sundar and my paragraph as biography of biography of Sham Sundar. This is what start tag. It indicates that none. None means what? Why none tag will be used means some HTML elements have no content. Here, this start tag BR means after that there is no any content. So BR is an element here. Then after there is no any content. That's why we have used this is. So these elements are called BR element is called empty elements because there is no any content. Okay, so empty elements they don't have any end tag. Okay, we must understand that. So HTML document consists of nested HTML elements. Nested HTML elements means every see in the nested HTML. Let us see how a nested HTML element will be there. Here, see, this is what HTML document. And then what? This is root HTML root element. Next, body element. Okay, this body start tag. Then header start tag and content. Content here, content. I told you that we can change this as per yours. And then end tag. Okay, next a paragraph. And then content end tag for paragraph end tag. Then body end tag, HTML end tag. This is the syntax we have studied for HTML. Now, if you run this code here, see, as I told you that this is web editor. Web editor is what? Online web editor. The code can be run at online. The code can be run at online and you can change the code. Here you can run the code and you can change the code here. Okay, here if you write this as Sham Sundar, okay, Sham Sundar. And if you run this code, you will see heading as Sham Sundar. And what about that? This is what you need to change this as what? Biography. Heading is what? Sham Sundar. And my first paragraph, that was the previous code syntax. Now I want to change this paragraph as Sham Sundar's biography here. Biography. Understood that? So if I run this code here, now Sham Sundar and biography. Sham Sundar is what? Sham Sundar is the heading. Okay. And biography is what? Paragraph. So sometimes what you know, I told you that this end tag, don't forget to keep this end tag. Even though if you leave this end tag, forget this, still your code will be executed. But I suggest you that don't do such type of any practice for yourself. Okay, always try to keep your end tag. Suppose, see, let us see, if you remove this end tag, still your code will be executed. There is no any problem here. But even though you remove this paragraph also end tag, paragraph end tag, you whenever you run this code, still your heading is clear. Sham Sundar is here. Okay, and if you write this as only Shyam, there's no issue. If you run this code, only you will get Shyam. So what do you mean of this? Even though if you will not write end tag, still your code will be HTML code will be executed. But I suggest you that always try to finish with the element, header element with the end tag and paragraph element with the end tag. Understood that? So let us try. We will keep the end tag. This is the syntax. Okay, and then h1 and greater than. This is the syntax. Now come down paragraph. For paragraph, give a space here. Space. Otherwise, it doesn't mean that is less than forward slash. This is the syntax. Next p and greater than. Now this is the end tag. End tag of your paragraph. Now run this code. So there is no any changement. So that is the good practice. Next what? Next is what? Your body is closed with the end tag. And then HTML is closed with the end tag. Understood? Now come to the come back here. Let us go for the code. Where is the our code is where? This is the HTML. So under this is the menu bar. Here we can look for all the content. This is the content here. Under the menu bar, you come down here, introduction, then basic. Otherwise, if you go for next, you can go like this. Okay, whenever you click on next topic, you will get the next topic. So we were studying about elements. Under the elements, I was discussing the start tag and end tag, how to, and none tag. None tag means BR is an element. That element is called empty element, means there is no any content. That moment if there is no any content, you can keep the this empty element. And then nested HTML elements I was discussing. So nested HTML elements means if you in a HTML element, one more HTML element is there, then one more HTML element, that they are called nested HTML. So here this is called only, it is not nested element because only HTML one root element is here. Only one root under this body and header and paragraph. Here there is no any nested element. Within this, under this root HTML element, one more HTML element if there is, that is called nested element. Okay. So as I told you that this HTML element root element and it defines the whole HTML document. So it has start tag HTML and end tag HTML, and then inside the HTML element there is a body element. Okay, under the body element, your header section is there, and the header section will be having header. This is start tag content, and content can be changed as per your wish, and end tag. No. So nested elements. Okay, let us see how nested element inside of the body element. There are two other elements. They are called under the body header and paragraph. Header and paragraph. So this H1 element, header element, it will define the heading, and the heading that element has the start tag and then end tag. Okay, next is what paragraph element defines the paragraph that has a start tag and the end tag. So syntax is like this. This is the end tag content. You can keep whatever the paragraph name, your name Sam Sundar. You can keep my name Vasu. Paragraph. Now come to the nested elements. How so as I told you, that never skip the end tag. Skipping of end tag means some HTML elements will display correctly. If even though if you skip with the end tag, some HTML elements will display correctly. Even if you forget the end tag, also that content HTML will elements and their contents will be displayed properly. See here under this body section, your paragraph is there. Paragraph started with the start tag, but there is no any end tag. There is no end tag. Huh? Paragraph, there is no any end tag. Still, code is being executed. Still, code is being. If we run this code, there is no any issue. Here, see, this is a paragraph. This is a paragraph. Under the body section, under the body section, body under this HTML document, under the HTML root element, under the body element. Okay, this is the start tag of body element. Under this paragraph started with the start tag, but there is no any end tag. Still, your code is being executed. You are getting this is a paragraph. This is a paragraph. So, but it is not a good practice. It is not a good practice. It is not a good practice. Always. It is not a good practice. So, so it is not a good practice. So that moment we need to do what? And so if you forget the end tag, unexpected results and errors may be occur. So if you forget the end tag, okay. So that is very important. As I told you, empty HTML elements. I told you that in the coding, if you need empty HTML elements and they no content is there, they are called empty elements. Empty elements to be declared with the start tag br. Okay, so it defines a line break. It defines a line break and is an empty element without a closing tag. Okay, so now see, this is a actually this is what paragraph started with the start tag, and then there is no any this is what end tag of paragraph. Within this is what your this is what your this is called empty element tag start tag, and then with a line break. Okay, now if you run this code, let us see what happened. So the code to be executed, somewhat little bit time it is taking. Why it is taking? Maybe network issue. Okay, see, this is a okay. This is then whenever we have kept this BR tag, BR means start tag, it gives a line break. So then it has given a line break. Next line started. Next paragraph with a line break. Understood that? So BR start tag will be used for line break. Okay, understood that? Okay, now come down. How to write? How to use the BR start tag to get a line break? Very simple. You write the use the BR start tag inside of a paragraph. Inside of a paragraph here, and in between of paragraph start tag and end tag. Now come down. Now let us see. HTML is not case sensitive. What do you mean of this? HTML is not case sensitive because HTML tags are not case sensitive. This is the start tag of paragraph. You can keep capital letter also. Okay. Not case sensitive means if HTML is case sensitive, then what? If small p, we need to keep small p only. HTML is not case sensitive. What do you mean of this? Means we can keep any letter inside of the tag. Capital, small letter, it doesn't mean. Okay, if you started with start tag capital letter, you can end with the small. It doesn't mean. Okay, so HTML is not a case sensitive. So HTML doesn't require lowercase tags, but W3C recommends lowercase in HTML. So as per W3C recommendation, keeping lowercase letters, that is the better. Okay, especially for XHTML, extended hypertext markup language. For that is there, it is compulsory for document types like XHTML. Lowercase letter is compulsory. Okay, XHTML is the next version of your HTML. Next version means whenever HTML started, then after it was improved, XHTML is improved version. It stands for extensive hypertext markup language, otherwise extended hypertext markup language. Extended hypertext markup language. Extended hypertext markup language. Understood that? Now come down, let us see some exercises he has given here. Some exercises that is what let us try to finish this exercise because we have studied somewhat from the starting. uh, Insert the correct end tag for the HTML heading. So we need to do this practice. Exercise what? Insert the correct end tag for the HTML heading. Where is heading? This is the heading section. Under this is the start tag, and here we need to keep the end tag here. So now here, how can we keep the end tag? First, less symbol, then forward slash, because always the end tag will be started with the forward slash. Okay, then your heading is what? H1. Okay, because if you start with H, so you need to finish with H. If you start with H1, you need to finish with H1. Now greater than symbol. This is what? Smaller than, other way lesser than, it is the. Now submit your answer. So if you submit your answer, you will, if you get the right, answer, then it is the So let us see, submit answer, what is we are getting? Correct. We are getting the correct. Means we have done the exercise very correct manner. We have done the exercise very correct manner. So as we have discussed that the tag reference. So here this is what root element HTML tag, root of an HTML document. This, it will brief that this is the root element, root of. From here the code will be started, HTML dot. So body defines the document's body. H1 to H6 defines HTML headings. So we can give H1 to H6 define HTML headings. Okay. Next is what. So if you want to get all available HTML tags, we need to visit their reference. This HTML tag reference. Here no need. We will go ahead. If you want to understand HTML elements, you can use this YouTube video of this is designed by this W3 school tutorial. Okay, online tutorials. This is the video. You can watch this video. Okay, whomever are very much interested, they can understand that. So XHTML stands for Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, this is the next version of HTML, Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. So let us go for next lesson. That is what attributes, HTML attributes. You can go to the menu bar also. From here also you can select, okay, all the lessons one by one. Otherwise you go for this next. As per whenever you click on this, you will get all the classes. So now let us try to understand HTML attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. So as I told you that if you want to become a front-end developer, you must be familiar with three languages. I told you that one is HTML, another one is the CSS, and CSS means cascading style sheets, and its framework is called Bootstrap. I think Bootstrap. Okay, and then JavaScript. So at the time of JavaScript, what happens? So let us see. Whenever we were studying JavaScript, JavaScript code will be inserted inside of the HTML code. Let us see. So if you come here, JavaScript. So this is the JavaScript. Under this, I will explain where should we go. First of all, let me see the code. First, let me come to the code. So here, so JavaScript one is the one of the three languages all web developers must learn. Okay, all web developers must learn. So out of the three languages, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that moment, how the let us see how your JavaScript code will be inserted in HTML scripts, in HTML code. That is very important. I'm going to show that is what one important that moment you can understand that, otherwise so where to first, let me go to this class where here you will understand. See, in HTML, JavaScript code is inserted between script tag. Script is what? It is a start tag and this is end tag. Between this script start tag and script end tag, in between, in HTML, JavaScript code is inserted. See here. So this is what your script start tag. This is end tag. In between, whatever the code, that is the JavaScript code. So let us see. if you run this code, see what happened here. This code, see, this is what HTML document. This is exclamation mark doc type HTML. Okay, this is what declaration. HTML document declaration. Then after HTML root element. Next body element. This is the body element start tag. This is the header section, start tag of header section. This is the end tag. Next, this is what your paragraph. This is what your end tag of paragraph section. Next is what up to here, this is your HTML code. Up to here, this is your HTML code. Next is what? Yeah. Up to here, JavaScript C. Under the next here, this is your script tag. So under the HTML code, your JavaScript code inserted in between the tags. This is the start tag. This is the end tag. Understood that? So that's why then after body closed with the end tag, and HTML root element is closed with the end tag. So that's why initially as I have started the JavaScript language, that moment I felt that without knowing of HTML, you can understand the JavaScript doesn't mean. But if you have some word idea about HTML, that will be so beneficial to you. That's why I want to I want to do this. Okay, I started this. Okay, now